The screen opens on Wellington Barracks parade ground, a historic expanse where puddles reflect a grey, brooding sky, the air heavy with the scent of rain-soaked stone and polished leather. The Royal Guard stands in scarlet formation, their tunics vivid against the muted light, bearskin hats towering, their boots striking the wet cobblestones in perfect rhythm, a symphony of tradition that echoes off the barracks' ancient walls. The parade ground hums with military precision, commands barked, rifles gleaming, the faint clink of medals blending with the soft patter of fading drizzle. In this rain-washed arena, where duty meets scrutiny, a British officer will demand proof that tradition matters in modern war. Believing ceremony is a relic only to be taught a lesson by the Royal Guard's silence. A moment that will spark reflection, respect, and a question that lingers long after the boots fall silent. Does tradition really matter in modern war? Hit subscribe and comment where you're watching from. Let's dive into a story of honor that will challenge what you think you know about strength. The morning air is crisp, the stone walls of Wellington Barracks glistening post-rain, their weathered surfaces etched with centuries of service. From Waterloo to the present, the parade ground pulses with lifeguards marching in lockstep, their scarlet tunics a blaze of color, their breath visible in the cool air, their discipline a testament to the regiment's enduring legacy. Major Edward Clark, 45 strides onto the square, his khaki uniform crisp, medals gleaming from tours in Syria and Mali, his green eyes sharp with skepticism, his posture rigid with the authority of a combat-hardened officer. A strategist tasked with evaluating ceremonial units for modern readiness. Clark harbors a deep-seated belief that tradition hinders operational efficiency. His mission to prove that drills like these are outdated, mere pageantry unfit for the chaos of contemporary warfare. His face, lined by years of desert sun and sleepless nights, is a mask of determination, but his green eyes betray a flicker of disdain as he surveys the guards. His muttered words to his aide, "This parade's a relic, setting the stage for a confrontation that will test the heart of honor." At the center of the formation stands Sergeant Hannah Cole, 34 tall and resolute in her ceremonial blues, her gray eyes steady beneath her bearskin hat, exuding a quiet resolve that anchors her unit. A veteran of Kosovo and Iraq, Hannah hails from a military family her father served in Bosnia, his stories of sacrifice shaping her commitment to the regiment. Her athletic frame, honed by years of training, carries the weight of her service with grace, her stillness a mask for a mind sharpened by combat, where her leadership during a Baghdad patrol saved her squad from an insurgent attack, earning her a mention in dispatches. A flashback transports us to a dusty Iraqi street, where Hannah, her uniform streaked with sweat, spots a suspicious movement. Her calm orders guiding her team to cover, her gray eyes steady as she neutralizes the threat, her resolve a beacon in the chaos. Now, as a royal guard, her duty is to uphold the regiment's honor, to lead with precision, to embody the tradition that binds her to her father's legacy. Her rifle steady, her heart tethered to the rhythm of the parade, but her instincts remain vigilant, ready to face any challenge in this rain-washed square. The conflict ignites as Clark scoffs at the guard's precision, his voice cutting through the parade's rhythm, his green eyes narrowing as he mutters to his aide, "Where's the real training? This is theater." His words, though low, carry across the square, drawing glances from the guards, their faces impassive but their eyes alert. Clark approaches Hannah, his boots splashing in shallow puddles, his medals glinting, his tone sharp with challenge. "Ever fought a real battle, Sergeant? Or just polished boots for show?" he asks, his voice laced with condescension. his expectation of a response a test of her discipline, his skepticism a barb that stings the air. Hannah remains silent, her gray eyes fixed forward, her hand steady on her rifle, her posture unyielding, her silence unsettling Clark more than any retort could, her resolve a quiet rebuke to his assumptions. The guards continue their drill, their boots a steady cadence, their scarlet tunics vivid, their discipline a wall against Clark's provocation. But the tension crackles, the square a stage for a clash of skepticism and tradition. Clark, undeterred, pushes further, his green eyes flashing, his voice rising to ensure the formation hears. Let's see this tradition in action. Sergeant, lead tomorrow's drill, and show me it's more than a costume party. He challenges, his words a gauntlet thrown at Hannah's feet, his expectation of failure fueling his smirk, his belief in modern warfare's superiority blinding him to the guards' strength. The guards' faces remain stoic, their rifles gleaming, their formation unbroken, but the air shifts. The crowd of onlookers, regimental staff, a few tourists, a retired officer in a tweed coat murmuring, their faces a mix of unease and curiosity. The retired officer, his silver hair damp, frowns, muttering to a colleague. He's testing the wrong soldier, his voice low but firm, his instincts recognizing Hannah's competence, his respect a quiet anchor in the tense square. A young private, his scarlet tunic crisp, glances at Hannah, his eyes seeking reassurance, her steady gaze a silent command to hold the line. Clark's challenge, his medals a stark contrast to his skepticism. His green eyes locked on Hannah creates a palpable tension, the parade ground a crucible for a test of honor and duty. The tension escalates the next day. The drill square glowing under a rare afternoon sun, the puddles evaporated, the cobblestones gleaming, the guards in perfect formation, their rifles polished to a mirror shine, their scarlet tunics a blaze of tradition against the barrack's stone walls. Hannah leads the drill, her voice clear and commanding, her gray eyes scanning her unit, her movements precise as she calls out orders. By the left, quick march, her leadership a seamless blend of discipline and cohesion. Clark watches from the sidelines, arms folded, his khaki uniform stark, his green eyes critiquing every step, his notebook open, his pen poised to mark flaws. He seizes on a young private's minor misstep, a slight delay in pivoting his voice sharp, cutting through the drill's rhythm. Hesitation like that kills in combat. Sergeant, he snaps, his words a public rebuke, his smirk returning, his belief in the guard's irrelevance fueling his critique. The private flushes, his eyes dropping. But Hannah steps forward, her voice firm, her gray eyes locking onto Clark, her response measured but unyielding. It's cohesion, sir. Not hesitation. It keeps us alive, she says. Her words a defense of her unit, her tone a quiet challenge to Clark's assumptions, her presence a wall of resolve that silences the square. The crowd regimental staff, a handful of civilians, the retired officer leans in, their faces a gallery of anticipation, their murmurs hushed, their eyes on Hannah, sensing the weight of her words. A civilian photographer, her camera clicking, whispers to her friend. She's not backing down, her voice awed. A regimental clerk, his clipboard forgotten, nods, his face lit with pride, muttering, "That's our sergeant." Clark, his smirk fading, tests Hannah further, striding onto the square, walking beside her column as the guards march. His presence a deliberate disruption, his voice low but insistent, murmuring, "Acknowledge me, Sergeant, show you're not just a statue." Hannah holds her stance, her gray eyes fixed forward, her rifle steady, ignoring him despite a regimental directive to respect senior officers. Her silence, a wall that frustrates Clark. Her discipline a testament to the tradition he questions. The sun casting long shadows across the square. The moment pregnant with possibility. The question hanging in the air, will Hannah yield? Or will her silence prevail? The climax erupts as Hannah's refusal to acknowledge Clark during the march prompts him to escalate, his frustration boiling over, his green eyes flashing as he halts the drill with a raised hand, his voice sharp, demanding a meeting with the adjutant. The guards pause, their formation steady, their scarlet tunics vivid, their faces impassive, but the square hums with tension. The crowd's murmurs rising, the retired officer's frown deepening, his voice low. He's pushing too far. In the adjutant's office, a wood-paneled room adorned with regimental colors, the air thick with the scent of polish and old leather. Hannah stands before Lieutenant Colonel Margaret Wells, the adjutant, her ceremonial blues crisp, her gray eyes steady, her posture unyielding. Clark, his khaki uniform stark, his medals glinting, complains, his voice tight. Her silence was insubordination. She disrespected a senior officer. Hannah, given the floor, explains, her voice calm but resolute, her words cutting through the room's tension. My silence honored the fallen. Sir, not a disrespect to you. Every step we take, every drill we perform, carries their memory. Tradition isn't a relic, it's our strength. The room falls silent, Wells's eyes softening, her nod subtle but approving, her voice measured. Sergeant Cole speaks to the heart of our regiment. Major, Clark pauses, his green eyes searching Hannah's, his skepticism wavering, his face softening as he processes her words, the weight of her service, the depth of her duty. He clears his throat, his voice quieter, his admission a rare concession. I misunderstood that silence, Sergeant, he says, his tone humbled. His medals no longer a shield for his assumptions. Hannah nods faintly, her gray eyes steady, her response simple but profound. Many do, sir, she says. Her words a bridge between tradition and understanding. The room feeling lighter, the tension dissolving. Clark's perspective shifted by the guard whose silence spoke louder than rank. Wells dismisses them, her voice firm. Back to your duties. But her glance to Hannah carries pride, a silent acknowledgement of the sergeant's strength. The meeting a turning point that reshapes the square's narrative. The resolution unfolds as Hannah resumes her post on the parade ground, her scarlet tunic a beacon of tradition, her bearskin hat steady, her gray eyes scanning the formation, her presence a quiet anchor for her unit. The sun dipping lower, casting golden hues across the cobblestones. The guards resume their drill, their boots striking in rhythm, their rifles gleaming, their cohesion a testament to the tradition Clark questioned, their silence a language of honor that needs no words. Clark leaves the square, his khaki uniform blending into the barracks shadows, his notebook closed, his green eyes reflective, his steps slower, his mind wrestling with the lesson of Hannah's resolve, the meaning of tradition, the power of silence to teach what combat alone cannot. The crowd disperses, their faces softened, their murmurs respectful the civilian photographer. Her camera now lowered, shares a nod with the clerk, their pride in Hannah a quiet bond, their day marked by a story of honor they'll carry forward. The retired officer, his tweed coat damp, approaches Hannah after the drill, his silver hair catching the fading light, his voice warm but firm. You did your father proud, Sergeant, he says, his eyes meeting hers, his words a nod to her lineage. His respect a salute from one veteran to another, his presence a testament to her service. A young private, the one Clark criticized, lingers near the formation, his scarlet tunic crisp, his voice hesitant but grateful. "Thank you, Sergeant, for standing up for us," he says. His eyes meeting Hannah's, her nod a silent reassurance, her leadership a light that steadies him. The regimental clerk, back at his desk, writes a note for the unit's log, his words simple but heartfelt. "Sergeant Cole upheld our honor today." The photographer, her images already uploading, captions them. A guard's silence teaches a lesson in duty. Her platform, spreading the story to a wider audience. Her respect a bridge to the guard who stood firm. In the barracks that evening, Hannah removes her ceremonial blues, the weight of the day settling into her frame, her gray eyes reflective as she cleans her rifle. The ritual a meditation on the moment she held the line. Her comrades, their banter usually loud, offer quiet respect, their voices low but warm. "You showed him what we're made of." "Cole," says Corporal Davies, his own bearskin hat on the rack, his eyes meeting Hannah's with admiration. Hannah nods, her voice steady. "It's not about proving him wrong, it's about proving them right," she says. Her thoughts on her father, on the fallen she honors, on the duty that demanded she stand firm, not just for herself, but for the regiment, for the tradition she carries. The sergeant major, his gold braid catching the barracks light, pauses at the door, his face stern but proud. "You carried the regiment today, Cole," he says. His words a rare commendation, his nod a seal of approval that carries the weight of history. Days later, the story of Hannah and Clark becomes a global sensation, shared across news outlets, social media, and whispered conversations. A viral video capturing the drill, Clark's challenge, Hannah's response, the adjutant's meeting, the crowd's awe a symphony of honor. Headlines hailed the guard whose silence spoke, framing Hannah's act as a lesson in resolve, a reminder that tradition is not a relic, but a foundation, that silence can teach what rank cannot. News anchors recount the story with reverence, their voices thick with admiration, while online forums buzz with praise for the guard who stood her ground, for the tradition that held firm, for the understanding that prevailed in a single moment. The video, shared millions of times, shows Hannah's ceremonial blues blazing across the square, her gray eyes steady, Clark's humbled retreat, a testament to the power of disciplined silence. The crowd's faces a tapestry of awe and gratitude. A moment that unites viewers in admiration for a soldier who chose resolve over reaction. Clark, back at his Ministry of Defense office, reflects on the encounter, his notebook now filled with notes on the guard's cohesion. His skepticism transformed into respect. His reports advocating for the integration of ceremonial training into modern readiness. His story a testament to the lesson of a guard's silence. The retired officer, back in his Yorkshire village, shares the story at his local veterans club. His tweed coat a familiar sight. His voice, firm with pride for the guard who upheld the regiment's honor. His friend, nodding, their respect a quiet tribute. The civilian photographer, her images now featured in a military journal, visits the barracks for a follow-up, her camera capturing the guard's drills, her words shaped by Hannah's resolve, her platform a call to honor. The young private, now more confident, excels in his next drill, his steps precise, his eyes carrying Hannah's lesson, his growth a testament to her leadership. At a private ceremony in Wellington Barracks' mess hall, Hannah stands before Colonel Sir William Tate, her ceremonial blues gleaming under the hall's oak beams. the air rich with the scent of polished wood and fresh coffee. Tate, his face stern but warm, his silver hair catching the light, pins the regimental commendation for exemplary service to Hannah's chest, a rare honor for acts that uphold the regiment's values in extraordinary ways. You honored the crown with your silence, Sergeant, Tate says, his voice resonant, his eyes meeting Hannah's with pride. Your resolve was our strength, your tradition, our foundation. The regiment salutes you. Hannah's gray eyes glisten, her thoughts on her father, on the fallen she honors, on the duty that defines her salute steady, her heart full, the weight of the commendation a reminder of the moment she stood firm, of the honor she defended. The aftermath ripples through the lives touched by that rain-washed morning. The retired officer, his story now a local legend, inspires his granddaughter to join the Army cadets. His tweed coat a beacon for the next generation. His pride in Hannah a quiet tribute. The civilian photographer, her journal feature gaining traction, speaks at a veterans event. Her images of Hannah a symbol of resolve, her respect a bridge to the God who inspired her. The young private, his confidence growing, writes a letter to Hannah, his words simple but heartfelt, thanking her for showing him the power of cohesion, his growth a testament to her influence. Hannah, back at her modest London flat, shares the story with her mother, a retired nurse. Their cozy home filled with family medals and the scent of fresh tea. Her mother's hand resting on hers, her voice soft. Your father would be so proud, she says. Her pride in Hannah a quiet anchor, her smile a reminder of why she stands. Hannah returns to the parade ground the following week. The gray sky now softened by spring's warmth. The cobblestones alive with new drills, the guards' scarlet tunics gleaming, their voices a familiar rhythm. Her ceremonial blues glow, her bearskin hat steady, her rifle a vow to protect, its weight a reminder of the duty she carries. The crowd, unaware of the drama, watches the drill, but the regimental clerk, his clipboard in hand, nods to Hannah, his smile a quiet acknowledgement of the hero beneath the uniform. Regimental staff, passing by, offer subtle nods, their respect unspoken but profound. Their pride in Hannah a shared secret among those who serve the crown. In her quiet moments, Hannah thinks of Clark's admission, of the retired officer's words, of the vow she made in Iraq to honor the fallen through her service, of the lesson that silence speaks louder than rank, that tradition is the foundation of strength. The Wellington Barracks Parade Ground, with its wet cobblestones and scarlet guards, stands as a witness to moments of courage and conviction, its honor upheld by a guard whose silence taught a lesson in duty, who met skepticism with resolve, who showed that tradition is not a relic, but a living force. The story of that crisp morning is a parable of resilience, a testament to the power of a single moment to reshape understanding, to remind us that silence defends honor, that tradition endures, that a God's resolve can echo louder than a major's demands, uniting us in the belief that strength lies in standing firm. Sergeant Hannah Cole, with her soldier's instincts and disciplined heart, proved that resolve can overcome skepticism, that a God's silence can speak louder than critique, that a moment of honor can redefine strength for us all. Would you stand as firm under pressure? Does silence speak louder than rank? Share your thoughts below. We read every comment. Tell us about the moments that tested your resolve, the choices that shaped your strength, the lessons that linger like a God's steady march. If this story showed you honor's depth, hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell for more Royal Guard tales. Share with someone who needs to see true discipline, your best friend, your mentor, your family. Let's keep the conversation going. Comment where you're watching from. And we'll see you tomorrow with another story that challenges, uplifts, and reminds us of the strength within us all.